Maybe you're just dull, Bethany. Just face it. Guys, let's jump right on into the books that I read this summer. So starting off with May, I read Revive Me Part 2 by J.L. Seegers, and this is the second part of the Kristen Mallory relationship dynamic situation that we got going on. This happens between before and during Eric's passing, so we get a lot of grief, loss. There's still a lot of tension with Chris's family and the expectations that his father has for him. Just focuses on Mallory dealing with her grief of losing her brother, but also her family with losing her brother, and a little bit of Sloan as well too, because as we get in Restore Me, we get about a year after Eric had passed. So this falls in line of Sloan's story as well. So we get to see a little bit of everybody's reaction to the accident and the events leading up to it and during the entire loss. I rated this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I love J.L. Seegers. She always hits. Her writing is always beautiful. It's very emotional, very sometimes jarring in a positive way by how well she writes her characters and the scenes and the emotions behind all the characters, especially during this intense moment. So obviously that's why I gave the rating that I gave. Next up is Sweet on the Greek, which is actually the initial title. The title that is now revised is The Fake Boyfriend Fiasco by Talia Hibbert, which follows our female main character, I forgot her name, Aria. It follows Aria and Nicholas. Nicholas is a football player, I believe he was, and he's in the market for a fake girlfriend to go on this trip with him to Greece, I believe it was, where his entire team is going to be there along with their significant others, I believe it was. And so he's like, hey, I need a fake girlfriend because the media is in a frenzy. I just need someone to make me look good, pretty much. But he already liked her anyway, too, because when they meet when Aria is at I think it's like at her friend's wedding, and her friend's brother, who she's really close with, he's there, and Nicholas is next to him, and so obviously he's just like, ooh, she's attractive. You know what? I need some distraction. Like I need some good PR too as well. So would you be my fake girlfriend, essentially? And Aria's just like, I don't even know you. She's like, oh my god, he's cute, but I don't know you. But obviously she still goes because we wouldn't have a story without it. And essentially it's a mess because Nicholas is bi and he has effed everyone at the freaking house, even his like even his teammates. Wild. Which is partially why I give it 4.5 stars, not because he's bi, but because that's such a messy situation to bring an outsider in. Like, she don't know these people, and literally you slept with almost every single person there, and we don't know if anybody's crazy. Like, I was so nervous that this was going to turn into like Talia Hibbert's first thriller novel, because that kind of setup is kind of wild. Just saying. But I did rate it 4.5 out of 5 stars because the story was cute. It was just that weird moment where I was just like, this is getting to like thriller territory. It's kind of uncomfortable just to put an outsider in that situation. Like, it would have been fine if she was his fake girlfriend outside of it. Like, she was before, but the main focus is the trip. And that's where I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't want her to die now. Because that was wild. But it was a really good book. The next book is The Reformatory by Tananarive Due, which is an audiobook that I read, listened to, whatever, semantics. And this one follows Robbie Stevens Jr., who gets put into a reformatory school after defending his sister against this palm-colored boy. It's set in, I believe it was, in Jim Crow era. So obviously, one of the very heavy books that I read this year. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I read a lot of heavy-ass books at the beginning of this year. And, babe, I'm glad I at least started the year with that. Because right now, in this political climate, I don't think I can handle the bullshit that's going on, even more so now. Plus heavy-ass books. Like, I don't think I could do both. I would lose my fucking mind, to be quite honest. I rated this book 4 stars. I did so because obviously it is a heavy book, and I did sign up for that because I willingly, intentionally read it. There was just some parts that just hit a little bit too real for me, because I believe the author said it's a fictional story, but based on a real place, from a family member who was at a reformatory school like this. So it was just like, oh, okay. Oh God. It's like, okay, I don't know if that ended well for the family member. And also just the story in general too, because these boys at this reformatory there's something else. They are literally, they've been manipulated and controlled by these men. And also Robbie can see haints, which are like spirits, but they're not just ghosts. They actually can like touch you, and they can actually harm you. So I'm like, I'm so scared for Robbie, because this is a mess for him to be in. There's like some twists along with it too. It's just some parts of it, I was just like, I know, I was this close to not finishing it, but I did. But that's for that book. Next up is Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. This was also an audiobook, and this follows Noah and Sage, who both are now working for a company who is relaunching a popular comic book, and so they have to work together to really get it together, make it perfect, that type of thing. I rated this, what was it? 3.75 stars. It was cute. The character, I feel like Noah and Sage were good characters. It was a cute story. Maybe I've just been jaded too. Like, it's just been a tough year, just with everything going on. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it was a cute story. I just didn't feel like an overwhelming sense of like connection to the characters. I don't know, but it was a cute story. I will say that it gave me like Hallmark movie, and I don't really like Hallmark movies like that, but I'll watch one, I guess. And so that's essentially what this book kind of read to me like, a Hallmark movie. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad story. It was cute. Just, I don't know. Maybe I need a different sapphic book to really like punch it home. But it was a cute story. Maybe I just need more sapphic stories, kind of like J.L. Seeger's writing style. So a lot more trauma probably involved in it. So if y'all have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah. All right, next up is Mistletoe by Kimberly Lemmings. This was also audiobook, and this followed our female main character, Ruby, who is appeasing a demon who has put a curse on her family for some reason. I forgot. It was a quick read, because her books are like very interesting and just like very over the top and weird, and just like a cute, quick book to, you know, listen to or read. Like it's very much a novella, and I gave it 3.5 stars. Just a cute story, something quick that I wanted to listen to. I wanted to check out more of her other work. But I think that I'll probably rate her other books higher. This one was just like, it was just cute. It wasn't, I don't know. Maybe it was the demon that didn't really connect with me. Ruby was okay, I guess. Yeah. It just, nothing really like completely stood out to me, but not a terrible book. I'm not gonna rate a book any lower than that unless that book literally either pissed me off and I held on to it for too long by finishing the book, or I just DNF books that are less than 3 stars. That's just how I rate books. Before we move on to June, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below a book that you read over the summer. So do that real quick. I'll wait for a second. All right, let's go into June. The first book I read in June was A Sure Thing by Nicole Palizzi. I already did a whole video on this. I'm not gonna say any more. It was just a really good book. I absolutely loved it. I knew what to expect going in, and I got exactly that, which is why I gave it 4.5 stars. just full of shenanigans. As a Jersey Shore fan myself, it read like a Jersey Shore episode, or a Jersey Shore season, really, if you really wanted to like split up all the different scenarios between different episodes. It was exactly that, and that's how I love the show. I watched all of it. I still watch it. I still watch all the family vacations. I'm completely up to date. I remember almost every single thing about Jersey Shore, which is probably my problem. Jersey Shore and Degrassi, those are two shows that I know pretty much by heart. So, last book that I read in June, I only read 2 books because I was so focused on reading this one, and that is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I listened to it through audiobook. I listened to a lot more books than sitting down and reading a book, because I just don't have the time or the patience to sit down and read. I need to listen and keep it moving forward, like doing what I need to do. Like, I just don't, I don't know. Something's wrong with me lately. I just can't do it. But, y'all know the story. Shoot. Hendrix is, pretty much the boss ass bitch that we know her as, who is just extremely successful. She is very connected to her friends and family. Her mom, suffers with dementia. Maverick is just as successful as her. He has his own business, I think it was, something like that. I don't even remember, but he's successful. He's a black man who is successful with his own history going on, as Hendrix is working with a coworker to start a show. Maverick may have some connections with the coworker, well, one of the people that she's working on the show with, not exactly the coworker. Sorry. I rated this one 4.5 stars. I absolutely love the book. It was truly something. I love the discussion of dementia, being a caretaker, as someone who was essentially a caretaker myself. It was a lot of things that you really do consider when it comes to helping out someone who can't do everything for themselves, really. My Nana did a lot of stuff for herself, but I was like her running buddy, making sure she took her medication, checked in on her all the damn time. I was always worried about her. Like, I didn't like to go nowhere. I'm like, I don't want to not be around my Nana, okay? So that was pretty much, I really love that part of the aspect of the book. I also love how Maverick was there for her, but not like overbearing, but also understood what she needed to do. Like, he was a grown man. Like, he knew how to handle when she needed to take care of her mom. He was like, okay, and then when you come back, I'll take care of you. Very, very mature. Thank you. Because I did not need no man to be like, why aren't you hanging out with me? It's like, oh my God, there's so much more going around here besides you. Okay? Get over it. Like, I thought it was going to be that kind of situation, but it wasn't. Thank God. The one thing that I did dock from this book is Maverick's ex. She got on my nerves. Like, she had the nerve to be that mad, but when she was in a whole nother country with another man, like, ho, this is not your damn problem anymore. That's not your man. Like, I get you're hurt, but girl, y'all wanted different things. You wanted to have kids and get married, and Maverick's over here like, I necessarily don't want kids. I would be down to possibly getting married, but I don't want kids. Y'all wanted 2 different things. You can't be that fucking mad over that. Like, it hurts at the beginning, but it's been a minute since y'all broke up. Get over it, girl. So that's my point from that book. Jumping to July, I read Grimoire Noir by Vera Green Tea, and this follows Bucky, whose sister is missing, and he is out to find her, pretty much. It's a mystery. And this is actually a graphic novel, actually. I'm not bringing all these books up here. You're just gonna see the picture of the book in the corner. I'll probably show some pictures of the inside of the book. But yeah, it's really a graphic novel. It was a quick read, because I was like, it was on my 25 for 2025 list. And I was like, I want to go ahead and read it, because I'm like, it's a graphic novel. It's not going to take me long. Like, damn, why am I taking so long to at least get to that book? So yeah, I just hurried up, read the book. It was good, really. I really liked it. There was the element of magic in there too as well. The sister is a witch, and so there's the possibility of her being taken by a coven at some point, and there's like secrets about their hometown, really. related to magic that is very interesting. His mom has powers as well, and she is literally the reason why the weather changes. Every time she has a mood swing, she's the reason why there's like some shit going on. So while she is literally bawling her eyes out all the goddamn time, it's flooding in the town. At some point, Bucky has to get in a boat because it's flooding that goddamn much. They were like, we need to relocate the mom because she crying too damn much. She gonna literally have people homeless just because she can't control her fucking emotions. Like, she gotta go. So I thought the book was really good. The drawings were really good. The graphics were really good. The characters were interesting, especially Bucky's old friend. She got on my nerves half of the damn book, but at the end she kind of redeemed herself, I guess. Whatever. But that's my rating for that book. Next up is The 7-10 Split by Carmen Lee. This was an audiobook. It was actually a duo audiobook. It was The 7-10 Split and The Relationship Mechanic, but I did not finish The Relationship Mechanic, so I literally went back into StoryGraph and had to like unclick that book and say, like, you know, like delete or whatever, however I fucking did it, and just went to The 7-10 Split so I could at least save the first book as a read book / listen to book. And it follows Ava and what was the other girl name? Grace. They used to be friends. Things changed. One of them left their small town. She came back though because she ended up getting a job at her old high school, which is the high school that Grace works at. No, Ava was there. Ava was there first. Grace that came back. See, yeah, mixing it up. And so Ava has always wanted to have a bowling team there. The principal's a piece of ass. And she finally gets the bowling team, but not for her, for Grace. And he literally was like, oh, Grace, you can run it. Ava's been here for like 4 years now, begging you for a goddamn bowling team, and you give it to the new teacher. That man got my goddamn nerves. I wanted him to be bitch slapped so bad, but no one did it. Stupid education system. I mean, now it's shit anyway, but whatever. Anyway, so they must work together as co-coaches for the team. I rated it 3.5 stars. Another like cute read. I liked the characters. The setting was nice. I didn't really care for the bowling part of it. Like, I feel like it would have been more interesting if it was just them working at the school. Yeah, I think that's really like my, not even like the biggest gripe with it, but just like, you could have a bowling team, but I felt like it would have been more, I don't know. Maybe it'd be better, like, I feel like it would have been in a different story. I feel like if it was just like just them as teachers, I probably would have rated it like about 4 stars possibly, because the characters were good. I will say that. But maybe I just need a different sapphic romance, like I just said. Maybe I just need more like gut-wrenching punch of trauma. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe also because I've been jaded as hell. So, I don't know. This Player by Danielle Allen, I rated, well, this one was an audiobook, and obviously this follows Nina. She is a player. She has a roster, and then one of the guys on her roster starts to gain more attention than the others. And I do not recall if it ends with the HEA, but at least it ends with them being closer. I did rate this one 4 stars. It was a cute book. I do like the fact that it was our female main character who was a little bit of a player, and we didn't outright get like oh, I'm gonna be just loyal to him at the end. She was just like, this feels good, this feels right. It wasn't like a complete jarring situation where it was just like you go from having men on the roster, you see one guy, and then obviously you spent all your time with him. He had been on her roster for a while. They just started to have more frequent dates. She did take another guy on her roster to like an outing, so we did see some switch up, which I do appreciate. it wasn't like just strictly him the rest of the story, then I've been like, what's the point of being a player if we don't see these other men? You don't describe them at all. Like, but Danielle Allen does show that mix up with Nina bringing other guys to different events, talking to them. I also really like the fact that Nina was an influencer, and we really got to see their side of being an influencer with companies, and kind of like the discrepancies and issues with being plus size in that kind of space, because there's gonna be some bitches who are just like, well, they finally was like, oh, well, they've taken all the jobs or whatever, and now there's nothing left for us. It's like, maybe you're just not good enough, babe. Like, I love that kind of commentary, because it's just like, yeah, there are more diverse models and we're showcasing that, but that has nothing to do with the fact that you can't get any gigs. Maybe you're just boring. Maybe you're bad at it. Maybe it's not your calling. Maybe you're just not good at it. And that's what I feel like a lot of people don't understand when it comes to DEI initiatives and just diversity in general when it comes to companies bringing in other people. Sometimes it is a cash grab too, because companies love to do that because they know they can get a quick buck off of some black people if they put a black model in their ad, obviously. But sometimes, a lot of the times, they're just better at it than you, babe. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Your slight pout in your lip has been done before for 30 years. It's nothing new. You don't bring anything refreshing to the table. So, of course, they're going to try to switch it up with somebody else who can give them a little bit more oomph. Maybe you're just dull, Bethany. Just face it. Like, not our fault. Next up is Don't Let the Force In by C.G. Drews. This follows Andrew and Thomas, who are best friends, who are in it for a rude awakening when, I believe it was, Thomas's drawings come to life and he draws monsters. So these monsters are literally like plaguing the town, killing people, all that type of stuff. This was an audiobook too as well. Yeah. I rated this one 3.5 stars again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something in my sapphic and gay romances. I don't know what it is. I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe it is a little bit more trauma. Maybe it's just a little bit more depth that I'm used to in my romances. Maybe it's because I read J.L. Seegers too. Like, I started, like, literally, when it comes to reading romances, I feel like I started off with her, and now my expectation is all the way up here. Anything below it, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know, because the way she writes is, like, so gut-wrenching and emotional, a lot of emotional punch to it, that I expect that. And if there's, like, a newer author, I will try their books, like, but I don't know, but it just doesn't get to that level that I'm used to. But, and that's just my preference, clearly. Maybe it's also because I'm, you know, my background in psychology. I want the full-fledged bullshit. I want the baggage. I want the trauma. I want all of that in my romance book, okay? I want all of that shit. Like, I can do, like, a light situation where it's just like, oh, my family is really, like, putting me down type of thing. I can get with that, you know, but I need a lot more in my stories. Maybe I just need to find the right sapphic and gay romances that have that level of oomph. I'll just have to do my research. But it wasn't bad. It was, I liked it. It just didn't give me what I wanted, per se. And also too, when it comes with the monsters and the drawings, I feel like from what I understand, now everybody's gonna process this the same as I did, but we got some information on how the monsters really come out in the story. We get some parts of romance, like, leading up to it towards, like, the middle-ish end, but it doesn't feel like it was part of the entire journey. Maybe that too for me. Like, maybe for that one, it didn't feel it from the beginning. It wasn't like I had been in love with him for a while, and we've been always very close, but I don't want to ruin the friendship. We both struggled with depression or something like that, so we both bonded over drawing or just creating, and through that they built such a strong connection. And then it's just somehow all the monsters come to life. I feel like it just needed also more magical elements too of the monsters coming to life. Like maybe something happened excuse me, maybe something happened to make his drawings come out. Like maybe they're tied to his emotions. Like I would love to have seen it come about early on. Like maybe if Thomas was drawing when he was younger, and whenever he experienced an extreme emotion, they come to life. So then it would make it more believable when his monsters come to life, because then maybe he starts to go through a bout of depression where he's putting all of his emotion into his art, because he does put a lot of his emotion into his art, but it's not really it didn't really connect to me on how the monsters just suddenly came to be. So I was expecting more of that in the story, and I didn't get that, but you know, just next up is The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, and this follows our character, well, technically a few characters, obviously, because it's Lisa Jewell. It's going to be somewhat of a multi-POV, or at least a dual POV. A teenager and her boyfriend go missing, and the mom is like trying to find out what happened to her daughter, what happened to her daughter's boyfriend, because they have a kid and they have disappeared for a freaking year. So the mom is taking care of the child, and while she's trying to figure out what happened, she's also trying to talk to the boyfriend's parents, who are extremely nonchalant and not helpful. Clearly didn't give a fuck about their child whatsoever. So the female main character's mom is like really like trying to figure out what the hell happened. Like she's like, I know they didn't just up and leave like everybody's claiming that they did. She's like, no, they wanted to be a family. They wanted to raise this kid. What the hell happened? So the story follows that complete journey, and it's messy, it's wild, it's something. I rated this one 4.75 stars because I love Lisa Jewell. Her writing is quick, simple, and has you like in it. Like it's very easy to just like dive into her pages and just like feel like you've been immersed into a movie. Like it feels very easy to follow. I love it. Because when it comes to like my mystery novels, I just want it to be quick and through. Like I want to feel like I'm in it with the characters. Like we could have like some other aspects in it too, but I want to feel like I'm in the movie. Like I want to feel like I'm next to the mom as she's like pacing the room. It's like then she paced the room. She called again, like she picked up her phone. The TV is showing this. Like it's very quick, very simple, so you actually can see the picture of the scene without all the extra details of being like, oh, the curtains, they show a sense of longing or whatever. Like we don't need all that for real. We don't need all that shit. We just need it quick and simple when it comes to a good mystery. At least for me, that's what I need. So Lisa Jewell does a great job on that. Next up is Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell, and this follows a couple who goes to the wife's family's cabin. The thing is, there's a monster that the husband starts to see, and the wife can talk to it in her sleep. Weird, right? Yeah. I rated this book 4 stars. It was also on audio through Libby app. Most of my books are going to be through Libby app. I don't really use my Audible like that. I think I've canceled a subscription, so I don't know how I'm still getting credits rolled in. But whatever. Anyway, it was a good book. It was. It was very interesting how the family, well, mainly her, how the wife was able to talk to the monster. Because here's the thing, the cabin has a long history. And the husband is like, y'all didn't mean to tell us that all this mess was going on? And the fact that the wife's dad also had some things going with him when he was there. It feels very much like y'all should have told them a long time ago that some shit goes down at this cabin, okay? Because it's wild, it's weird, and it's creepy. It's very dangerous. but I really like the story. Some parts where I was just like, okay, I need y'all to like speed this up a little bit, which is why I gave it 4 stars. But other than that, it was a good story. Next up is Don't Let Him In, also by Lisa Jewell. It was also on audio. This was the newly written, the new released book that literally the book that just came out. And it follows Nina, I believe her name is Nina. Yep, Nina's a widow, and she gets a letter from her late husband's friend Nick, and so she meets Nick, and she starts to feel a connection, and she starts to develop feelings for him. Here's the thing though, her daughter doesn't like Nick. She's like, something sketchy about this man. Like, he's a little bit too smooth. Everything's just a little bit too nice. I don't like this. So she actually starts to dig into his history, and she starts to uncover a lot of weird things. It is multi-POV, and it's also narrated by several different women, but it's also narrated by Nick. Wild, exactly. I did not expect to hear a man's voice when I was listening to the book. I said, "Ooh, why are you telling this story? No, I don't like this." At first I didn't like it, but over time, baby, men are scary. They're terrifying, especially this man. Honestly terrifying. The entire story is wild, amazing. Oh my god. I rated it 5 stars if you can't tell. It's so freaking good, and it's just so jarring because this man was frightening. Okay? Frightening. That's all I'm gonna say. And then She Was Gone, also by Lisa Jewell, and this follows another mother. Her daughter Ellie disappeared 10 years ago, and the mom is still trying to figure out where she's at, type of thing. Her and her husband have divorced, and so she ends up going out, and she meets a man, I forgot his name, Floyd, and she starts to feel a connection, and over some time she ends up meeting Floyd's children, and one of his daughters looks just like Ellie. Yeah, that's when things take a little bit of a turn, and we start to piece together what happened to Ellie. Where did she go? And other weird stuff. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to say any more. 4.5 stars. I really liked it. It pissed me off the entire part of the book of what this mom missed. Oh, like literally. It's so scary because this happens all the freaking time. And it's like, it'd be like right in your face and you don't even know it, type of thing. So that's why I rated the book the way I did. All right, for August, I started off with One by One by Frida McFadden, audiobook. I read The Teacher. I liked it. Like I said, it read like a Lifetime movie, and I love Lifetime movies, so I was like, I'm up for this one. So this one follows a group of friends who go to they want to go to the forest, and they were planning to go to a retreat, but they make the wrong turn, so they end up at the cabin in the woods. And pretty much in any cabin in the woods situation, only one person is gonna walk out alive. It was quick, punchy, right to it. The twist that Frida McFadden always does. It was a pretty good book. Oh shoot, I did not write down my rating for that one. I think I rated it 4 stars. I believe so. Just a quick story. Liked it. The characters were something, to be quite honest. The wife was messy. Ooh, that wife was so messy. But it was a good book. Next up is All the Dead Lie Down audiobook by Kyrie McCauley. And this follows Marin, who moves into her mom's best friend's house to take care of the lady's 2 daughters. And then before that, the daughters are weird. Like, they do like little pranks and they start to escalate, and one of the daughters buries her dolls. Weird. These kids are weird, right? The oldest daughter comes back and Marin is enthralled by her. My god, I hate that word. But she's instantly attracted to her, and things take a turn for the worse. It is like a thriller mystery type of book. Really good. I really liked it. it took a while to get to the build up. So it took me a minute. I was like, if this book don't speed the fuck up, I will DNF it. So my final rating for this one is a 4.75. I didn't write it down, but that's what I'm gonna rate it. Yeah, I feel like this is what I want for my sapphic books, especially if it's gonna be like a sapphic thriller, mystery, horror element. This is what I want in my books if we're gonna do it like that. Because this was something. Oh Lord. Because I don't want to say anything else, because you're gonna find out a lot of things about these girls, this family. Y'all, it got weird real fast, but it was good. And last one is Bones at the Crossroads. Bones at the Crossroads by Ladarian Williams. I just finished it. I think I rated it 4.75 stars, or is it 5 stars? I can't remember. One of the numbers. I think on my Instagram I put 4.5 at the time. But I think it ends up being 4.75 or 5 stars. I don't remember to be quite honest. But this is obviously it follows Malik now that he's back at Kamen University after everything that went down in the first book. And now pretty much he holds the words of Kamen U and just their world in his hands. He has a lot of responsibility to try to keep everything intact, because a certain person is still out there looking for his ass. Yeah, and things are gonna take a turn for the worst. Yeah, it was really good. The characters are very interesting. There are some interesting commentary situations that are going on with Savon, D'Lo, and Malik when it comes to the homecoming party court thing situation, because yeah, that was messy. We actually get some more of another character that Malik talks to. It took him a long ass time to ask the question that we all wanted to know the answer to, and they finally do it. I was like, God damn, it took y'all like 90% of the book to get to this point. Like, it was frustrating, but I really like the book, so that's literally what I have. I'm ready for the third one. Ladarian is in his like final edits, I believe he said he was, on his Instagram, because yeah, I follow him. And I need him to hurry up. Okay, I need the last book. And I don't really read series, so, or trilogies. I really don't. So he got lucky. That's all I have for this video. If you like this video, be sure to like it, comment, subscribe, turn on those notification bells, because this month is about to be filled with videos. I'm about to have 14 videos for y'all asses. So turn on that notification bell. Please and thank you. Love you. See you next time. Bye.